sit however you're comfortable. Close your eyes. And just take a few moments to settle in. So two things I didn't mention. My name is Tori, if I've never met you. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. And feel free to play your own music. Just make sure that you are muted on the other end. So, like I said, we'll go ahead and close the eyes. Rest the hands wherever they're comfortable. Sit up nice and straight. Close and take time just to breathe. So always taking time to tap into your breath at the beginning of your practice, just to settle in. So I know that I can't see you guys. I try and offer as many modifications and variations throughout class as I can, but if you're familiar and know of one that works for you, feel free to take it. You're free to do whatever you like. So continue to just breathe in and out through the nose. Eyes closed to really help bring your awareness in to your body, into your breath. And just notice what, if anything, is coming to surface for you today. So maybe you're feeling tension, stiffness, soreness somewhere in the body. Maybe the mind is super quiet. Maybe the mind is super busy. Try not to push away any feelings you are experiencing, positive or negative, and just start to be present in them, accept them, thank them, honor them. Just taking time to be still. Maybe over time, each breath in becomes a little bit deeper. Each breath out becomes a little bit longer. And see if you can feel yourself relaxing a little bit more with each breath that you take. And let's all take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, let it go. Do that again, a deeper breath in. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, breathing in and out. Continue these deep breaths, but begin to bring the arms up over your head. We're going to interlace the fingers. You can either keep the palms face down or face up. But we'll all breathe in and exhale. Start to curve the spine. Let the hands come forward. Maybe drop the head. And then breathe in, lift up. Stretch it all out. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, hinge. And again, lifting up. Straighten the spine. Reach tall. Exhale, hinge. And here we'll come all the way up. If the palms are flip up, face them down. Take a bend in the right elbow. Hands stay interlaced. That left elbow just sort of nestles into the back of the head. See if you can lift the chest. See if you can lift the chin. Starting to get into the shoulder a little bit. Keep the spine long, the core slightly engaged so those lower ribs aren't popping out, but we're still broadening through the collarbone. And then go ahead and release that right hand down. Straighten the left arm up. On the exhale, reach across the body, stretching out that left side. And just breathing here. See if you can release that right shoulder away from the right ear. And then we'll bring that left hand down to the left knee. Straighten the spine, so coming upright, start to tiptoe that right hand behind you. So coming into a gentle twist. The gaze can stay straight ahead, maybe over that right shoulder. Letting this whole series be very gentle. finally we'll twist back to center. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in, sweep the arms. Take the opposite interlace of the fingers. And again, the palms can stay face down or you can flip them up. We'll all breathe in. Exhale, hinge. Curve the spine, hands face forward. Inhale, lift. Move with your breath here. Exhale, hinge. Throughout this practice, if you're one step ahead or behind, that's fine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. And here we'll come all the way up. If the palms are up, face them down. Hands stay interlaced. Bend into that left elbow. Right elbow nestling into the back of the head. Right away, see if those lower ribs try and pop out. See if you can keep that all strong and long, while finding a little opening through the chest. A little lift of the chin. And slowly that left hand will come down, straighten the right arm. On the exhale, reach across the body. So the chest stays open, the sit bones stay rooted. Just the upper body's moving, stretching from fingertip to hip, soften through that left shoulder. And then bringing right hand to the left knee, start to inch the spine back up to neutral, and then tiptoe that left hand behind you. Every breath in, growing tall. Every exhale, bring out the spine in the most gentle way that you can. And slowly twisting back to center, roll the shoulders back. Bring the hands to heart center, close the eyes. So obviously we're in the middle of this big, weird situation. See if you can find a positive in it. Find some gratitude. Find something that you've learned, somehow that you've grown, and just be grateful for that. Let's take a breath in together and out together. As you feel ready, you can blink the eyes open. And we'll work our way onto all fours. So coming to tabletop. So we're spreading those fingertips wide directly beneath the shoulders. The knees are going to be hips distance apart, tops of the feet press into the mat. Find a flat back here. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Ground through the fingertips. And then we'll move into cat and cow. So on the inhale, belly drops. Feel the heart lift. Feel the gaze lift. On the exhale, start to curve the spine, drop the head between the arms. And then breath in again, belly drops, heart opens, gaze lifts. Exhale, dome the spine, drop the head. Continue this, every breath in, belly drops, heart opens. Every breath out, curve the spine. And again, breath in. Breath out. One more in. One more exhale. And let's come back to a flat back here. As you breathe in, bring that right arm out to the side, opening up. Exhale, come about halfway through, threading that right hand through left arm leg. And then breathe in, open it back out, reach the right arm up. Use your exhale to come about halfway through. One more time, lifting up, opening. This time we'll thread that right hand all the way through, dropping right shoulder towards the mat. Left palm can stay grounded, or you can extend it out long. Just breathe into this twist, keeping that breath fluid. And then begin to ground through that left hand. Come back up to all fours. Let's find a cycle of cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. Dome the spine, drop the head. Back to your flat back here. Next breath in, left arm opens out. Exhale, thread it halfway through, almost dropping that shoulder. And then breathe in, lifting back out, opening up. Exhale, halfway through. One more time, open out to the left. This time coming all the way through, dropping the left shoulder towards the mat. Again, right palm can stay grounded, or you can extend it long. Let's go ahead and ground through that right hand. Come back up to all fours. Just take a moment and shake it out. Move in a way that feels good. Rocking the hips, circling the spine, moving the shoulders. And then we'll start to come into our first downward dog. So you can walk the hands forward a little bit if you'd like, and then tuck the toes, lift the hips. So feel free to keep a bend in the knees. Maybe you begin to straighten, let those heels melt down towards the mat. Maybe you begin to pedal out the legs, bending one knee after the other. You can come up high onto the toes. Feel the heels sink. Take a deep bend in the knees. The hips still lift from the belly towards the thighs. Straighten. Just find a movement pattern that feels good this morning. And then let's very slowly just start to walk the hands back to meet the feet. So we'll come to fold at the back of the mat. Lift halfway to your flat back. Hands can come all the way up to the thighs. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, arms will sweep all the way up. Palms can face each other or touch. And then those hands will come to heart center. Let the thumbs come into the chest. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. Keep the palms touching. Extend those arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers. Pointer fingers will stay to touch. Just take a side bend to the right. You can also release that right hand down, just reaching the left arm across. Getting a deeper side bend here, all the way through the left side of the body. Breathe in, come back up, extend the spine, reach the arms. Exhale, take it to the other side. Again, those hands can stay interlaced, or you can lower that left hand down. The chest stays open, the shoulders stay relaxed. Working your way back to center. Let's let the arms come wide as you lead with the chest and come all the way into your forward fold. Lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold, and just hang here. So if you're tight today, keep a deep bend in the knees. Maybe the belly comes all the way to the thighs. You can begin to straighten if you'd like, just not locking through the knees. Let the head hang heavy. The arms can hang. Come to blocks, books, whatever you have. Maybe opposite elbows. And just shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And just hang here. Next breath in, lift up to your halfway lift. And we'll plant the hands, come back to your downward dog. Full breath in here. Let that breath go. Let's come forward to a high plank, and then let the knees drop to the mat, lower to the belly. Once you're there, untuck the toes, hands rest about mid-rib, press the tops of the feet into the mat. And inhale, lift. Fingertips light, maybe even hover. And slowly lower. Breathe in, peel up, head, neck, chest, core engaged. Exhale, lower. One more time, we'll lift. And lower. Press into the hands. Let's find tabletop. Option to stay or tuck the toes, lift the hips. Either way, we'll make our way to the top of the mat. So walking those feet up to meet the hands, or just coming to stand. Finding that forward fold. Lifting to your flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's find a bend in the knees. The hips will drop. Sweep those arms up overhead, coming to chair. So this can be as light or as deep as you'd like. Keeping the shins parallel, whether those feet are together or slightly apart. Grounding equally through the feet. But see if you can send the weight back, wiggle the toes. And then let's bring the hands to heart center. And we'll just begin to step that right foot back. Let's spin the back heel all the way down. Open up to warrior two. So if you need to widen that stance, step the foot back. Bending into that left knee over the ankle. So lessen or deepen the bend in that knee. And then those arms reach in line with the legs. So let's break this down here. Start with the feet. Can you balance the weight equally between both feet? And can you feel that strength moving up the legs so the legs are strong and stable? Can you bring the belly button in towards the spine, engaging the core, relaxing the shoulders, and reach the fingertips out as far as you can. Activate the palms, feel the fingertips become strong. And just breathe here. Let the gaze rest over that left middle finger. Keeping a steady gaze, let your breath be strong. And just feel the strength in the body here. And then let's flip the front palm. Right hand will slide down the back leg. Left arm will reach towards the ceiling. Nothing changes in the legs here, so just the upper body lifting, hinging, reaching. And just breathing here. Finding comfort in stillness. And then let's find side angle. So bring that left elbow, maybe the forearm or hand to that left thigh. Right arm can reach straight up or overhead. If you'd like, you can also extend that left hand down in line with the shin, reaching the arm up. So these are all just different versions of the same thing. There's really not one that's better than the other. Figure out what works for you in this moment, knowing that might be different than it was yesterday. Next breath in, let's lift. Straighten the front leg, revolve your triangle so that left arm reaches. Similar to our reverse warrior, but the front leg is straight. And then from here, we'll come into triangle. So that left hip cuts under as the right arm pulls forward and comes down, maybe to the thigh, maybe to the shin, maybe to a block or a book. Right arm can reach up or maybe come to that right hip. So lots of options. Again, finding what works for you, what makes you feel strong, connected to your own body, where can you breathe the best. And let's slowly work our way back up, warrior two. A full breath in, and the exhale will bring the hands down to frame out the foot. Back heel spins up, drop the knee. Toes can stay tucked or you can untuck. Hands can be on the ground, maybe to blocks or books, maybe above that left knee. Here we're really just looking to make contact with something, but lift the chest slightly so that we're not curving the spine, dropping the shoulders and collapsing. We're finding a lift so that we can breathe. Let's start to move with the breath here. So we'll take a breath in. And then on the exhale, straighten that leg. Fold over the knee, hips go back. Breathe in, bend the knee, peel the chest off the thigh. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more like this, bend the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten, fold, and just hold here. So hands again come to ground, or blocks, maybe your makeshift blocks if you're at home and don't have them. And you can let that left knee be soft. So not locking through the knee, you can play around with pointing and flexing the foot. And then we'll slowly begin to bend that knee. Lift the body up, bring the hands to heart center. Take a little twist to the left. And maybe stay here or bring that right elbow to the left knee. Coming into your version of a twist. And we'll slowly work our way back to the center. Hands come down. Let's tuck the back toe under, lift the knee, step or slide it to the top of your mat. Breathe in, arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, fold, take it right back down. Lift halfway, flat back, find length. Exhale, fold. Let's come into chair pose again here, so knees will bend, hips drop, arms sweep, and just pause here, feeling grounded equally through the legs. Send the weight back, and you wiggle the toes. Really grounding through the four corners of the feet. And then hands will come to heart center. Weight shifts over to the right foot. Left foot comes back now. Back heel spins down. Warrior two. Opening up the arms. Grounding deeply through that right foot. See if you can soften a little bit more through the shoulders. Can you reach a little further out through the hands? And then flip the front palm. Left hand slides, right arm reaches, maybe the gaze follows that right hand up. Slow transition to side angle. So lots of options here. Maybe try and mirror what you did on the other side. Making contact with that leg in some way, whether the elbow is ever so gently resting or extending down. What we don't want to do is dump the whole weight of the body into that elbow and collapse down. You want to feel that lift and opening through the chest. Feel those fingertips reach. And then gently lifting up, we'll straighten the front leg, flip the palm, revolve your triangle. And then a slow transition to full triangles. The right hip cuts under the arm, pulls as far forward as it can, and from there we lower. So stacking that left shoulder on top of the right, feeling those left fingertips extend up towards the ceiling, and finding that full length from fingertip to fingertip, keeping space in the side body. The gaze can rest wherever it's comfortable, so maybe down towards that right foot, maybe straight ahead, maybe up towards the left hand if the neck allows. And then we'll work our way back up, warrior two. And then windmill those arms down. So hands to the ground or blocks, back knee or heel lifts as we drop the knee. Up to you if you like the toes tucked or untucked, depending on balance. And we'll just sink into this lunge here to start. Finding a gentle lift of the chest. Notice how it feels to breathe. And then on the exhale, go ahead and straighten that front leg, fold over the knee. Dynamic movement here, so breathe in, bend the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold. And again, bend the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten, fold, and just hold here. Again, keeping that right knee soft, hands connected wherever they are comfortable. If you need a little bit more height, prop yourself up and try and lead with the chest. And then we'll finally bend back into that right knee. Once the right foot is rooted, let's lift the upper body up, bring those hands to heart center. And either stay here or begin to twist to the right. From here, hands can stay together, or you can bring that left elbow to right knee. So whether you want to connect with the thigh or stay lifted, and of course if a twist doesn't feel good, just stay centered. Let's find our way back up to center. Hands come down. Back toe tucks, lift the knee. Step it up to the top of your mat. Lift halfway, find that flat back. Think tabletop spine. And then just fold over those legs. Let the knees be soft. So gentle bend, head heavy, arms heavy. And then begin to inch your way up to standing, stacking vertebra on vertebra. Head is the last thing to rise. Once it does, we'll find ourselves in mountain pose. The eyes closed. Feel your feet. Can you lift all 10 toes? Spread them as wide as you can. Try and connect them with the mat one by one. And then invite the hands to heart center. Feel your palms press. Feel the chest open. Feel the whole body balanced and strong. And begin to blink the eyes open. Let your gaze rest on something steady. Maybe the wall, maybe the floor. As you shift the weight to the left foot, let's find a tree pose here. So the bottom of the right foot can come to the ankle. Those toes can rest on the mat. You can slide somewhere up along the shin. Maybe all the way up to the thigh, just coming above or below the knee, never directly on the knee. Take some time just to settle into the low body here to find balance and stability here. And then maybe the hands stay at heart center. They can come by the sides, they can come to the hips, maybe behind you, maybe up above you. What makes you feel balanced and strong? And as you hold in this tree pose here, just notice the breath. How does it feel to breathe? How does it feel to be here in this moment? Slowly invite those hands back to heart center. And then take your time lowering that right foot to the mat. The weight will shift over to the right foot. Spread through those toes. Engage the leg. Once you feel strong, bottom of that left foot to ankle, shin, or thigh, above or below the knee. And you can do the same thing, or maybe you change it up with the arms. Maybe explore outside of your comfort zone. That's really what this whole experience has been. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've been way out of my comfort zone, trying new things. Maybe take that on your mat as well. Might make it a little easier off the mat. Full breath in. And slowly lower mountain pose. Let's take a bend in the knees. Drop the hips. Arms sweep just for a moment. We're going to bring the right arm underneath the left. So here you can touch shoulders or backs of the hands, maybe the palms. We want the spine to stay long, not curving. So shoulder blades pulled together, no matter how we are connected. And you can stay with your chair pose legs, or you can cross the right leg over the left. Those toes can tap the mat. They can hover, or you can grab. Coming into your eagle pose here. Any variation with the arms, any variation with the legs. We're just looking to build strength here while exploring balance. So engage the core, feel the belly button come in towards the spine. Activate this whole area of the body. It'll help keep you strong. And if that right leg is wrapped, go ahead and unwrap, coming to chair pose legs. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, straighten the legs, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe keep a deep bend in the knees, head heavy. And then inch your way up to standing, head the last thing to rise. Once you're there, roll the shoulders back, arms sweep. Bend the knees, drop the hips, left arm underneath the right, touching shoulders, backs of the hands or palms. Staying with your chair pose legs or crossing left leg over the right. Again, toes can tap the mat, hover, or wrap. Feel the spine remain long and strong. Can you pull your shoulder blades together? And slowly unwrap the leg, both feet grounded, chair pose legs. Unwrap the arms, breathe in, straighten and lift. Exhale, fold forward. Lift halfway to your flat back, and let's make our way back to a plank. So step the feet back, and right away we'll just drop the knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, lower to the belly. Here we're just going to release those hands by the sides, the palms face down. Ground the tops of the feet into the mat. So see if you can press even that pinky toenail down. Without lessening or disconnecting the feet, try and lift those knees. Press the hip points into the mat, activate the core so the whole lower body is stable. And from here, we'll just lift head, neck, chest, maybe those arms as well. Just working a little half locust here. Lifting through the heart, strengthening through the spine. Lower body remains strong, active, and engaged. Core stays engaged to help protect the back. And then lower down, whole body relaxes. Gaze over your right shoulder so that left cheek comes to the mat. And just breathe here. And let's bring the gaze back to center, palms face down, zip up those legs. So same thing, tops of the feet press, kneecaps lift, core engaged, lift head, neck, chest, and arms. Maybe you lift those feet as well. Keeping that little turnout, the heels, as if those pinky toenails are still grounded. See if you can activate the core just a little bit more. Find just a little bit more lift. Feel those fingertips extend back towards the toes. And then slow release down, gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe shake those hips a little side to side, loosening out any tension you may have developed in the low back. And then bring the gaze back to center, hands to mid-rib. We're going to come up to all fours, bring the knees wide, toes come to touch, sit back towards the heels, child's pose. You can make this an active pose by lifting those elbows off the mat, walking the hands forward, or keep it relaxed, the forearms can come down. If you're comfortable here, feel free to just stay still.
Or you can start to walk those hands over to the right side of your mat. The hips stay grounded and level, just the upper body moves. And if you walk fingertips to the right, slowly coming back to center and over to the left. And slowly coming back to center. Let's work our way up to tabletop, finding all fours. We're going to keep both hands grounded this whole time. And we're just going to extend the right foot back and lift. So feeling that heel reach back, feel the core strong still. Let's take a breath in. As you exhale, curve the spine, bring the knee in towards the nose. And then slowly extend back out. And again, knee comes into the nose. As you do, maybe you curve the spine and slowly reach. One more time, knee to nose, curve the spine as if you're bringing that foot in between the hands. And then slowly reaching out, hold here, and feel free to stay or extend that left arm out in front. The palm will face in, the toes will point down. Feel that activation from fingertip to heel. And slowly find tabletop. Shake it out. Rock the hips, circle the spine, cat and cow, whatever movements feel good. And then both hands rooted here. Send that left foot back. Just focus on activating the leg here. Feel strength in the core. We want to keep that as we find this hinge. So a full breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Curve the spine to make space. Slowly extend out to reach. And then again, little crunch here as the knee comes towards the nose. Extending out. And again. Here we'll reach that left foot out. Flex the foot so toes point to the mat. Right arm reaches out in front of you. The palm faces in. Breathe here. And lower to all fours. Shake it out. Move however you need to move. And we'll come all the way seated here. Just extending those legs straight out. So let's actually take a wide stance here. So bring the feet as wide as you can. Feel free to just stay upright or begin to walk those hands down the center line, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. And slowly slide those hands up towards the body. And begin to slide those feet back in toward one another. Let's take a bend in the knees. Feet will ground down. Hands behind you. Maybe towards the length of the mat or at an angle that feels good for the wrists and shoulders. And find a little lift of the chest. Maybe you just stay right here or lift the feet or the hips off the mat. Keeping the neck and the head in line with the spine, so not dropping back too much, but if it's comfortable, you can release a little bit. Whether the hips are grounded or lifted, we're finding opening through the chest. Just depends on how deep you want to get into the shoulders. And then slowly lower the hips down, straighten the legs. Feel free to stay with a staff pose, hands a little closer into the hips, flex the feet, or keep those hands behind you. We'll find another lift, upward table here. Maybe you point
pose. I mean upward plank, not table. And then slowly lower. If you're not already there, bring the hands next to the hips, straighten the spine, flex the feet. And then fold over those legs, hands to the thighs, maybe the shins, ankles, or feet. And then we'll slide the hands up the legs, work your way all the way onto the back. So right away here, let's take a bend in both knees. The feet will come the distance of the mat, let the knees come together. So this is just a good release for the spine. Feel your lower back just settle. Maybe the arms come to goalpost, bend in the elbows, flex the hands. Close your eyes and just take a few deep rounds of breath here. Feel everything start to settle down. We'll be on our backs for the remainder of practice. So get used to this relaxing sensation through the spine. Just release any unnecessary tension that maybe is built up during this practice. A full breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth, let it go. Let's start to bring those feet back in toward one another, about hip distance apart. Feet will come in close to the body. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to lift the hips while bringing those hands down next to the body, palms face down. So coming into a bridge pose here. Those knees are going to want to stay hip distance. So if you find them swaying out to the side, consciously bring it back in, feeling that length and strength. We always want a gentle activation of that core here to protect the lower back, so just feel that. Feeling all of these body parts work together to keep you lifted and strong here. And then we'll lower those hips down to the mat, hug the knees into chest, and just rock a little side to side. Maybe bring the left hand to the left knee, the right hand to the right knee, and let the knees come out, circle them back in. So moving them away from each other and then back in. And then go ahead and reverse that. Once those knees meet back into the center, bring the feet down to the mat, hands by the side. We'll find a second set of bridge. So if you'd like, take a block, maybe a blanket, a bolster, something sturdy or comfortable, whatever you have, and you can place it right at the low back. You might need to play around with the height, with the exact position along the back to find this supported bridge. And if you don't have a block or anything block-like, you can just take a traditional bridge, hips lifted, or you can hug the knees into chest. Make an effort to relax muscles in the face. So feel those muscles along the forehead relax, throughout the eyes. And feel free to stay right here in this bridge variation, or you can extend those legs straight up overhead. So this works just fine with the hips lowered on the mat. You can place a blanket underneath the hips just for a little support. Really, we're just looking for those legs to hang over the head. If you're nearby a wall, feel free to send those legs up at the wall. Whether you have
something underneath those hips or not, this is just a really great release for the spine, for the low back. So can you tune into that area of the body and feel this sense of release? Maybe you even close the eyes if you haven't already done so and just breathe. And we'll slowly take a bend in the knees. Bring the feet onto the mat. If you have a prop, go ahead and release it. Lower the hips all the way down. Just feel the back connect deeply with the mat. And we'll cross right ankle over the left knee. So you can stay here just like this. If you already feel a gentle opening through that right hip, or that left knee can come in towards the chest. Right hand goes through the space between the legs. Both hands interlace underneath the left thigh. If you are hugging that knee in, the upper body should stay relaxed. So back of the head, shoulders, length of the spine, all connected with the mat. Maybe you keep those feet flexed. Just focus on slowing down here. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Let that breath go as slowly as you possibly can. Another breath in. And let it go. Go ahead and lower that left foot to the mat. Uncross the legs. And then take it to the other side, left ankle over the right knee. And again, either staying right here or guiding that right knee into the chest. In any posture, but especially in these hip openers, we tend to feel a difference between the right and left side. So just notice if you do feel a difference. Honor this side of the body. So stopping whenever you feel that sensation. We still want to be able to breathe. Deepen that breath. Long, slow inhale. Equal length exhale. Try and match the length of the breath, the rhythm of the breath. And then lower that right knee, or right foot if it's lifted, uncross the legs. Let's hug both knees into the chest. And either stay here, finding any variation of this that we have so far. Or you can bring the arms on the insides of the legs, takes hold of the feet, maybe the toes, maybe the ankles, or around the shins. As you bring the knees in towards the armpits, try to stack those ankles over the knees. Find a happy baby. Bringing those knees back in towards the chest. Release the arms out long by your sides. And let both knees fall over to the right side. So if you want to scoot the hips over to the left a little bit, feel free. Those arms can come out by the sides in any angle that feels good. So maybe straight out. Maybe you bring them down a little bit. Maybe you bend into the elbows, find goalpost arms. Find a spinal twist that feels good. This is a very gentle posture. We're just wringing out the spine, relaxing, letting go. center. Maybe scoot the hips over to the right. And then once you're ready, both knees fall over to the left. Settling into twist on the other side. Close the eyes, really slow the breath down here. And maybe those exhales even become just a little bit longer than the inhales. And bring the knees back to center, the feet down to the mat. Let's bring the knees out to either side. Bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. If this is super uncomfortable, you can reverse that and knock the knees together. Either way, let's bring the left hand to the chest, the right hand to the belly. Close the eyes and just feel. Feel your hands connected with your body. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, let it go. Gently bring knees or feet together. Extend those legs straight out on the mat. Rest the hands wherever they're comfortable on or beside the body as you settle into your Savasana. So if you'd like any props, any layers for your Savasana, now is your chance to take it and then settle into a comfortable space. Eyes closed. And just focus in on the natural rhythm of your breathing. There's no need to change the rhythm of your breath. Just observe how it moves in and out of the body without any effort at all. Know that with every breath that you take, you're becoming a little bit more relaxed. Now, more than ever, it's important to allow ourselves this time to be still. To be vulnerable, to be quiet, to listen in to our true thoughts and feelings, simply from a place of observation. So no need to judge, attach, or label. Just observing whatever it is that you're experiencing in this moment and knowing that it's okay. And just observing how these thoughts, these sensations, these feelings, they always change. Moment to moment, everything changes. Nothing is constant. So while things may be crazy now, it won't always be this way. Change can be tricky, but try to find some comfort in it. It can be scary, but think about all the good that can come. Reflect back on what you found gratitude in at the beginning of this practice. And bring that to surface here and just think about how maybe if this situation never happened, you never would have experienced that.
For every little bit of darkness, for every little bit of toughness, there is light. There is something positive. All you have to do is be open to it, look for it, find it. So continue just to breathe here. We'll find just a few more moments in silence here. And staying completely still, just start to check back in. Without opening the eyes, without moving, just notice how many of your senses you can become aware of. And then take a deep breath in. And let it go. And begin to find gentle movements, wiggling fingers, toes. Eventually bending into the knees and making your way to one side. And then slowly propping yourself up to a seated position. Let's keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands to heart center. Taking one final breath in and out. And I thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.